So when I got there, he was showing me all this stuff about it was gonna be a famine, we was gonna be in martial law and all this stuff. So I started preparing, meaning I started stocking up on food, stocking up on water and all that stuff. I'm $25,000 in debt in college because all the money I got back from my student loans, I was basically doing what God showed me. Now back then, everything was good, everything was all gravy. I was really looking crazy. You get what I'm saying? Cause people like that girl talking about this, but then she started to say this, and then stuff started popping up on the news. So people started calling me a prophet at my school and all this other stuff. But it was just God. So he started giving me Bible verses on storing up for food. So we're gonna start off with scripture first because everything go back to there. Genesis chapter 6, verse 21. It says, as for you, take for yourself some of all the food which is edible, and gather it to yourself, and it shall be for food for you and for them. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this confirmation. I'm not crazy. God is talking to me. So, First Chronicles chapter 28, verses 12, it says, and the plan of all that he had in mind for the courts of the house of the Lord and for all of the surrounding rooms, for all storehouses of God and for the storehouses of the dedicated things. That means we are obligated as people of God. If you believe in God, you're supposed to have a storehouse. I don't care. Some people call it a cellar, a root cellar, or stuff like that. Like my uncle had that, but back then I didn't know what it was. Jeremiah 41, chapter 8, it says, but 10 men who are found among them said unto Ishmael, do not put us to death, for we have stores of wheat, barley, oil, and honey hid in the fields. So he refrained and did not put them to death along with their companions. So either way it go, people were storing back then, and people really should be preparing now. Luke chapter 12, verse 19 says, and I will say to my soul, you have many goods laid up for many years to come. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. So, with everything that's going on, you don't want to be like people because I'm gonna be honest. I asked my baby daddy, like, what you gonna do when everything go down? Now, this was years ago, so like I said, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. And he was like, well, I got a gun. I know how to, you know what I'm saying, take what I want. So basically, you're gonna be a looter. You're gonna be one of these people who did not prepare, and when you see everything crashing, the banking system, all that stuff, you just go be like everybody else. Instead of storing up what you can now, go and get a piece of land or something, and then you and your family go be secure because y'all was wise. Y'all stored up stuff. So that's out of the way. The first thing you want to start preparing is when you get extra money. Some people get food stamps, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Canned goods. Canned goods, the rice aronis, anything that you could just add water to boil, that's good. You get what I'm saying? Eventually, canned goods they gonna get heavy, but when you don't have money to buy stuff like more expensive stuff, dehydrated foods, MREs, just start with that. The more you start, the better off you'll be. You might have to ration it off, but you'll be good. So when I first started, I started buying stuff like this. Now, anytime you go to the grocery store, what you want to check is the expiration date. I don't eat pork, but people who do eat pork, spam gonna be your best friend because it expires like 3 to 4 years from the date that you buy it. This tuna, but this expired on 2023. This 2022. So whatever has a longer expiration date, that's what you do. If you eat it, whatever you eat, put it back. Meaning, if you eat a can of something, when you go to the grocery store, remember that, buy it, and you know what I'm saying. You gonna be good. So after I started doing that, the next step is these. This might not be the next step, but when this how I got in debt in college, I was so scared with all the dreams that God was giving me that I just went on the internet and bought $1,000 worth of military MREs. Anybody got serious? So I'm gonna open this. I don't eat pork, but if y'all want to try it, just to you know what I'm saying, see how it is, whatever works for your taste buds. This stuff don't expire until probably like a long time, 5, 6 years after you get it. But you got to keep it in a cool, dark area. I'm gonna pass this. MRE. It's an MRE. It's called Meals Ready to Eat. This is what they give soldiers who are in like combat or whatever. So in these meals, you have, this is your entree. So I think it give you like 2,200 calories. That's a lot of calories. You're gonna be full. It's pinto beans with pinto beans stew with ham. So like if you made a pot of pinto beans and you put pork in it, this what you got. Here, pass this around, Chanel. So you got that. It comes with pork, salt, pepper, sugar. And what you do is it's gonna activate this heater, and so you don't have to eat cold food. So it's gonna heat it up for you.
Inside of that?
Inside of this bag, you go cut it open, pour a little bit of water to this line. You go put that inside of that box inside of here. You go fold it up, and then you go put it inside of there, and then it's gonna heat up your food. Yeah, I don't eat pork.
We ain't gonna eat this either.
So you got like, you eat pinto beans, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
you
we
eat-
don't have it.
You eat pork.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, like, stop it.
so it come with a drink mix. It come with coffee. It come with like
Drink mix.
like a trail mix, but it's like toasted corn. You got crackers. You got all this stuff. So I'm just gonna pass it around. So yeah, and it gets you full. To me, I like it because it tastes good, depending on which one you get. I don't got no problem with it, but I feel like if you're in the middle of a famine and you gotta feed your family or whoever come your way, you're not gonna be concerned about taste. You're gonna be concerned about survival. Pass it around. So after you get to that level, like I said, I was going in debt buying them things because first of all they high. You get a box of 12 for like $130. They expensive for 12. But if you ask me, it's worth it. So what I started doing was I started buying these Marlar bags. And like if you get a bag of chips, you open them up, this is what it's gonna look like on the inside to preserve the stuff. So you get these Mylar bags and you take some oxygen absorbers, which suck all the air out of your food so that it don't go rancid, so it don't go bad. It's two things that'll make your food go bad. There's moisture and there's air. So if you put an oxygen absorber in something in one of these bags, I started making my own. I used to take these, I used to put them inside of here, take crackers, take a drink mix, take anything that you could get that will fit in this bag. And I had a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. So each one of these bags had a day's worth of food and snacks to go in them. You can get creative with it. You can do whatever you want to do. It really depends on you. Don't store up something that you don't eat. Because if something, when something breaks out, which it is, you don't want your kids to be like, oh, I don't eat this, or you don't want your kids to have an allergic reaction to something, and then this is all you got. It's not gonna be good, and it's not gonna be pretty.
So what's this for? You say you okay?
It's a heater. It's a heater.
Heat up the food.
Yeah.
The bean stuff.
Yeah. Like if you got a bag and you wanted to put your coffee or whatever hot drink, tea, you put the bag inside of that bag, and then it's gonna heat it up for you. It's a heater right there.
I've seen that before, 'cause that's back in the day they used to call that sea ration in the military.
Yes, that's what it is.
And we did all of those kind of things like that.
I know this thing.
So you can help me.
So, so the next step after you, if you got money, these are cheaper, but these are extra expensive. This is called freeze dried food. So you go from this military MRE to freeze dried food. Now this don't expire to December 2048.
What?
Because it's freeze dried, so they suck like 90% of the moisture out the food, so it lasts a long time. I done took this to work. It tastes so good. You just add boiling water and it cooks it inside of the bag. So when everything hit the fan and you got a bug out on the inside of your house because everybody don't have land, everybody don't have the means to just get away. You want something that's not gonna draw attention to people. You get what I mean? Because you gotta understand, on the outside of your house, while you prepare and while you got everything you need, you got some hungry people out here that's been jobless for almost a year now, and they will kill you for a can of corn because they babies is hungry and so is their wife, their kids, whatever. So this tastes so good. I love it. But yeah, these cost like $10 a pack, depending on where you get them from. You can get them with food stamps at Walmart. So every time you go in the camping section, and that's where that stuff is. So yeah. Once you get past that, I used to go on Amazon and get these SOS rations. So let's say, for instance, you run out of food. You're down to your last little bit. This is where these bars